Hi, Jack. Welcome.
Thanks.
So, Jack, before we start, I just want to give you a bit of an overview of myself. So, I'm a student counsellor for AC. Part of my role requires me to have a video recording today, so that will require a signature for you from you. To allow me to do that. And in terms of the limits of my confidentiality, anything you say in this space is subject to confidentiality, with the exception of anything that might need to be used in court or anything that identifies harm to someone else. But otherwise, the video will also be viewed by my supervisor for my own professional development. So, Jack, I spoke to your mum before we had this session, and she just mentioned that you were coming in today to have a chat about an incident that happened 2 weeks ago. Before we get into that, I just wanted to have a chat with you, and I hope it's okay if I take some notes just so that I remember what we talked about. But just have a chat around your family. Is there some things you can tell me around your family, who you live with, your relationships, that type of thing?
Yeah, look, I live with my mum and my dad and my little brother Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
And what kind of relationship do your mum and dad have?
They're married.
So good relationship, and they're married?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of relationship do you have with your brother?
Look, it's a bit complicated. I didn't get to spend much time with Charlie.
So your relationship's complicated with Charlie?
Yeah.
Because you don't spend time
Well,
with him?
yeah, and Charlie has Down syndrome and a bad heart, so things just kind of get in the way, and
Okay.
I just don't get to spend much time with him.
Yeah. Okay. And is Charlie older or younger than you?
Charlie's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's my little brother.
Yeah. And do you feel that you have a good relationship with your parents, that you can share things and talk to them?
No, not really. I guess I just feel like they're kind of busy all the time.
Is that because they're caring for Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And do they both work? Or one work?
Yeah, both work.
Both work. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess all their spare time kind of goes on looking after us, but mostly Charlie, which is normal.
Yeah. You just don't feel that you have that time or availability maybe to speak with them?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, thank you for that information. I wanted to touch base with you around your family again. So it's the same type of question that I asked earlier, but just around medical histories. Is there anything medical? You mentioned your brother Charlie has Down syndrome and heart problems and things. Is there any other health or medical issues relating to you or your family?
No,
that you know of?
Not that I know of. I think Charlie's really the only one with anything wrong.
Okay. Yeah. And so no mental health issues or anything like that in the family?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And Jack, have you used any substances such as drugs or alcohol?
No, I don't like any of that stuff. I wouldn't do that.
Okay. All right. So, Jack, I want to ask you, your mum, like I said, mentioned that there was an incident 2 weeks ago, and that's why you're here today. I just wanted you to tell me about that in your own words. What's brought you here today?
Yeah, I guess what brought me here, other than the doctor telling me I had to come, was that 2 weeks ago I was at the skate park with my mates, and some people just came up and started bashing me for no reason, like
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so they, punched me in the face a few times and just kicked me in the back and
Yeah.
just did some other stuff, and now I guess I just can't stop thinking about it. Like, it's all I can think about it. School, I don't really want to go to school, and can't really talk to my friends about it, and I just don't really want to go to the skate park, or I just don't really want to hang out anymore, or just it's kind of all I can think about. Like, all I want to do really is just, I don't know, be by myself and kind of not think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can see that that's worrying you.
Yeah, it is.
How are you spending your time at the moment? Do you get out much?
No, not really. I guess I'm kind of, as I said, worried all the time. So kind of just been going to school, doing what I have to do, but
getting home quickly.
Yeah, I kind of just want to get straight home, and I just guess I get changed and do what I need to do, and then just get on the Sony and kind of just zone out on that. Like, I don't really want to talk to anyone or just do anything.
Are you spending a lot of time on the Sony?
Yeah, I guess I am.
Yeah, okay. And with how you're feeling after the attack, have you been able to go to school as normal?
I guess not really. Like, sometimes I just don't really want to go. Like, It just makes me worried, and what are people going to say, or what are they going to think, or is someone going to, I don't know, attack me, really? Like,
Okay. And so before the attack, what was life like for you then?
I guess it was normal. Like, I'd go to school and hang out with my friends, and we'd have fun at lunch and recess, and after school we'd go hang out at the skate park and just hang out until really our parents said we had to go home for dinner and just hang out a bit, maybe play a bit of the PlayStation and go to bed. But now I guess all I'm doing is going home and not really seeing anyone and being by myself.
So what I'm hearing is that you had perhaps a really active life before the attack, and after the attack that it's worrying you a lot. That it seems like you might not be able to concentrate as well. And that it's really impacting your day-to-day life. And that you're coming home quickly after school, not really doing anything that you did before, and now you're spending a lot of time on the Sony. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
I guess I do miss my friends sometimes, but I just don't really want to be around them right now.
And I've noticed during the session that you've been looking at the exit there. Are you feeling stressed in this environment, maybe feeling a bit more on edge?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really want to be here.
Yeah. Okay. And so what do your parents think about it? Is your mum and dad aware?
I guess not really. Like, they're always with Charlie, and they care for me, but they don't really spend that much time with me, I guess.
Yeah. And have you had any issues with either your parents or with the school in terms of schooling that you're missing?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, okay. So the injuries that you sustained to your face and your chest and your back, are they mostly resided now, all kind of healed?
No, not really.
Okay.
My face, I guess, is starting to, but my back still hurts, and other stuff still hurts too.
How constant is your back pain? Are you getting a lot of back pain?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we spoke about what life was like for you before the attack. What about after the attack with things like sleeping? Have you been...
Not really.
Sleeping like you used to?
No.
No?
Not really. I can't really sleep that much, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess I go to my bedroom, and when everyone, or especially mum and dad, think I'm sleeping, play my PlayStation, because I don't have to think about anything. It's just whatever's happening there. Like I can't sleep, so I guess there's no point trying.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like it would be really challenging. And have you found that you're irritable or that you're abnormally tired?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. And little things maybe setting you off. Can you think of a time where maybe you felt irritable or reacted
Maybe
with something you normally wouldn't?
Yeah, maybe with Charlie sometimes. Like, I'm pretty good with Charlie, you know, he's my brother and I love him heaps. And the other day, like, we were in the kitchen, I was getting breakfast, and Charlie came over and, you know, just touched, just the fridge, and I got mad and thought he was going to take what he didn't. I guess I started to yell at him a little bit because I thought he was going to.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. All right. So I'm hearing that you have been really feeling tired, feeling irritable. You haven't been able to sleep.
No, not really.
Have you been back to the skate park since the attack?
No, I don't think I could. Like, it just makes me really worried, and like I don't really want to go there, especially especially not without my mates, and I haven't really been seeing them. So no, I don't really want to go back to the skate park. I think I'm good.
Okay, and do you find that there's other things you're avoiding? Avoiding groups of people?
No, yeah.
Things like that.
Even at lunchtime, like I don't really want to hang out with anyone. You know, at school there's so many people. It's just crowds of people everywhere, and I get so worried. I don't even know. Maybe it's worried. Maybe I don't know. But I get all like nervous and like hot, and like I just don't really. Yeah, nah. Okay. I prefer to be by myself. Thanks.
Okay. Well, Jack, it looks like you could meet the criteria for acute stress disorder. Given what you've been through, it's a perfectly normal response, having gone through a traumatic experience like you did. Generally, acute stress disorder occurs under a month of the experience, so it would make sense that for you this occurred 2 weeks ago, and it's starting to cause you stress and some symptoms as well. ASD contributes to those feelings that you're feeling and to the symptoms that you're feeling, and it can impact some of those interpersonal relationships with your mum and dad, and how you're feeling a little bit distant as well. So that's all very normal. You might not feel like your old self because you've been through a life-changing event, and that's really important to understand as well. This might just be the new normal moving forward of having new strategies. It doesn't mean that you'll go back to being exactly who you were before. So as long as you understand that, you're still the same person, but this is a life-changing event. Okay. So it's learning to manage that, and your life might look a little bit different moving forward. Yeah. It's also important to know that there are things that we can do to get you back doing the things that you love and that you want to do. And so part of my process with you today is to identify some goals for you moving forward. So if I was to ask you what your goals for treatment and for counselling would be, thinking about all of your things that you've talked about today, your symptoms, relationships, all those types of things, what would be some goals for you, do you think?
I guess just feel happy again.
Yeah. And how would you feel happy, do you think? What would make you happy?
I know it sounds pretty stupid, but just being able to hang out with my mates again and just...
Yeah, friendships.
Yeah, just go back to that place that we were at and just go back to the skate park and hang out and be together, especially on the weekends. Like, it's pretty lonely, but I just don't really feel like hanging out with them. So I guess if we could go back to that, like my good friends have been asking me to do stuff and I just don't really want to. So if I could get back to that place of being able to, do those things, that'd be great.
Yeah. Yep. So maybe helping perhaps develop some strategies around the feelings and thoughts and symptoms that you're having.
Yeah.
Do you think that perhaps that might be beneficial for you?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay. Well, with regards to your goals, they're really good goals to aim for. And we can focus one by one on each of those things. They're not something that's going to happen overnight, but they are things that we can progressively work towards. It will take time. But what I wanted to do today was use some cognitive behavioural therapy and also to use some techniques that will help you manage your stress. So to send you outside of this appointment moving forward with some techniques to manage the stress when you're starting to feel like you're in a stressful situation or you want to leave school and you're coming home. I want to be able to give you some techniques to use to try and improve some of your symptoms and improve how you're feeling in the environment that you're in. And each session we can look at providing you another technique. And today we're going to start by doing what's called a body scan. We're going to start by doing what's called a body scan. And so I'm going to start by asking you to sit down, to lay down, whatever you're comfortable with, if you would like to.
Okay.
And we're going to run through what I will give you on a handout sheet. And you can take that with you, but basically it will just be you closing your eyes, being in a calm environment, listening to your body, and I will kind of read the statements to you to allow you to focus. If your mind wanders off, that is okay. Just be aware of what you're thinking in that moment and bring your thoughts back. Okay. There's no judgment for whatever you're thinking and feeling. But just be aware of how you feel in that moment.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just gonna... Sorry.
Keep going.
Okay. So, I'm going to just move the computer for you and I'm going to get you to lay down and we're going to do this exercise.
Yeah.
So,
do I just lay here?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you just lay, you can lay or you can sit.
Okay.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah. I might just sit if that's okay.
No, that's more than fine. Okay. All
so
right.
I close my eyes.
So you can close your eyes. You can do whatever you would like to do.
Okay.
It's just about finding a comfortable position. Now this exercise can go for up to 15 minutes. Today I'm just going to do a 3-minute exercise with you and it will help you identify when you're starting to feel stressed with the idea of helping you to regulate before it gets too out of control for you.
Yeah.
So as I said, you don't need to do anything. You just need to have an awareness as you go. Notice your thoughts, notice your feelings and your body. And if your thoughts wander around, just gently bring them back. Don't have to worry about trying to alter your thought process or changing anything. We're just accepting and letting go. So finding a comfortable spot to sit. Now we're going to close our eyes and notice our body in the space around us. We feel the weight of our body where we are. Feel how you are laying, in your case, how you're sitting. Notice if you have tension as you sit in the space that you're in. Now we're going to notice our thinking and feeling. Is it a new feeling that you're getting? How strong is it? Just remember, you don't need to try and change your thoughts. Be aware of how you feel. Are you calm? Stressed? Or irritable? Notice if you feel cold or tired. Taking a moment to notice how you feel. Now be aware of the sensations and breathing. Is your breathing deep? Is your breathing relaxed? Can you slow your breathing down if you're breathing too fast? Feel your breath in your nose or your mouth. Can you feel it as it fills your lungs and then as it leaves your body? Now we're going to be aware of our body parts. Can you feel your head, ears, and your face? Be aware of what you're hearing. Now be aware of your neck and your shoulders, your arms, elbows, wrists, and hands. Then down to your chest, torso, upper back, stomach, and your lower back. Feeling any tension in your buttocks, thighs, knees, your legs, and down to your ankles and your feet. Feel the connectedness of your body, how they all connect together, being aware of the space. Then when you're ready, notice your breath again as you breathe in and out. Now focus on the feeling of your body as you sit in the space. And then you can open your eyes and just slowly fix your posture if you need to and move. How do you feel after that, Jack?
I guess a bit better.
Perhaps that might be something that you could use, as a 3-minute exercise that you might find can help you through your day. Just finding a quiet spot just to sit. You don't need someone to speak it out to you. You can just think about that process from head to toe.
Yeah.
And to refocus and ground you. And you might find that will help calm you in those moments of intense stress. So moving forward from there, Jack, is there anything else that you want to tell me today? Is there anything else that we haven't touched on?
I don't think so.
Okay. Do you think that you could work towards your goals within counselling? Is that something that you could commit to?
I think so. I don't really have anything to lose right now, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and they're very good goals, and it'd be good to see, you know, perhaps step by step we can focus on getting you to feel as normal as you can, and comfortable within space and comfortable, you know, going to places. It's really important that we get you back to being able to attend school and being able to go to the skate park, because generally what happens is the more you avoid it, the harder it is to then go back to that space. And the more distressing going back to those places then becomes. So it's a big circle. So if there are things that you can work towards, we can set you up regular appointments to support you. And in the meantime, I'll give you a copy of that exercise to take away with you. And we can work with your school as well if that's a concern for your mum and dad about you missing school. We can have that conversation if you would like for us to do that, to support you, to make them aware that you are seeking support as well. There might be more that the school can offer you. It might be that they support you with a counsellor at school that can help you through classes and transitioning and things like that between classes. Okay. So do you think that exercise is something that could work for you this week if we focused on doing that?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, Jack, thank you very much for coming in today, and we will book you in an appointment, and then you'll get notification via phone when that's been confirmed. So we'll look at having them weekly at the moment. But otherwise, it was lovely to meet you. Thank you for trusting me with your story, and I look forward to working with you.
Thanks.